Get things muted and set and pin the. That's pinned. Let's see if we're muted. No. Where did it go? Maybe it is muted. I don't know. Maybe it is. Yeah. Hey. Hey, Donna Armstrong. I'm not in the right place. Hey, Donna. Hey, Joanna and XXXX. Everybody's favorite grandma. My grandkids are awful fond of me. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Sandra. And got Carol. Milana. All right, I need somebody up here. What I've got tonight, while we chat, I'm going to work. I've got my little iron here, and I've got this stack of stuff that I sold and cut today. I'm going to press them open. Then if I get them all pressed open, then I'm going to trim them. So that's my plan. So I think I can do this and talk or listen at the same time, don't you? I think I can. Hey, Marla. Read a little more. We just got started. I'll have time to work in a little bit. Hello, Mary Webb. Hey, Pansy. Good evening to all. Have a good chat. Well, stay and chat with us. And Kathy. I heard my little doggy. Hey, Kim Burris. Oh, let's see. Cheryl says, I'm hand binding and I've turned one corner. Cheryl, that's a big quilt. Oh, if that's the one you're working on, it's going to take you a little while. But come on up and hem on it while you chat with us up here. Hello, Janice Miller. Well, y'all are all saying hi, but I don't see nobody in the basement yet. I'm going to trim mine with my block after I open them up and press them. That's the way I like to trim them down. So that's what I'm going to do. But I got to get some of them pressed first. Still don't have all the parts and pieces cut yet, but I will. Pray. Yeah, praying still for Kim. Yeah, she still needs her strength back. Hello, Linda Brookshire. She says, hello, Rita. I don't get to watch very much. I have to go to bed early. Nice to see you. It's nice to hear from you, Linda. I know people that have to get up early to go to work in the mornings can't stay up too late. And let's see, who did I see? Oh, guess who, Nancy? Hello, guess who, Nancy? Pansy's had a busy day. My granddaughter visiting from Nova Scotia, Canada. Well, enjoy the visit with her. Just a few minutes ago, one of the little granddaughters was down here with her mother. And she's kind of a mama's girl, the baby one. And at first she don't warm up to me too well, but before she left, she wanted to stay with me. But she may stay with me some tomorrow. Hello, Jane Martin. Hello, Sharon J. Welcome to the chat tonight, everybody. I did fix spaghetti. We had spaghetti and garlic toast for supper is what we had. I sure did. It was just pretty quick and easy, Cheryl, to fix that. Let's see, that was Kathy Waits. That was her idea. Joanna says she's going to grab a bite to eat. Needs company, she'll pop up. Oh, I'm all right. I'd like to have company up here, but I don't know who's coming. Did I already say hi to Mary Webb? I may have say hi to Mary Webb 2 times. I don't know if I'll press them all and about half of them and start trimming them, or if I'll just do the whole stack. I'm not sure yet. Well, Sheila, you're just a stranger almost.
Hello.
Hi. We sure have missed you, and everybody asked about you. And
Well, I've been watching some, here and there.
You doing all right? You've been
Yeah,
okay? Okay.
doing good. It's so hot here.
But this is August August the 20th? Just a few more days of August, and maybe it'll start getting better. I hope so.
I don't know.
Well, we're bound to get a little better.
Yeah. If I don't get my stuff done by noon, it has to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so hot out.
And hello, Cindy. And I got to put up here what Donna said. See, long time no see. Welcome back, Sheila.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. I guess Gladys. Hello, Gladys. Gladys is in here, but I missed her name.
What am I hearing?
That's Terry's cell phone.
Oh,
He needs to answer. He was asleep in his recliner. It went to. That's the sound it makes when he calls him.
Oh, hi, Deb.
Yeah. Hey, hello, Deb. And I think I missed a comment or two. I was waiting for Terry to answer that rowdy phone.
Hi, Donna.
Hello, Marilyn. Marilyn's here visiting with us tonight. Trying to eavesdrop on Terry's conversation down there. But I can't tell what he's talking about.
Maybe you don't want to know.
Maybe I don't want to know.
Mary Webb, I'm doing good. I've I'm taking a little day trip next Wednesday, going to Wichita, Kansas.
Oh,
Gonna, I'm
okay.
gonna, I'm gonna meet with a friend.
All right. Well, that's a pretty good. Well, that's still a pretty good drive for you, isn't it?
It's like 2 hours from here,
Okay.
but it's interstate just all the way,
Okay.
all the way.
Hello to Karen, 2 babies and 4 grands. And Cindy's asking about Kathy and Carrie. Kathy was up here with us today. And I see Carrie on other lives.
Marla's asking when I go on my cruise. 5 more weeks.
5 more. Hmm.
And I'm sure hoping to be cooler weather up there too.
Well, surely it will be.
Yeah, I hope the leaves will be turning some while
Mm-hmm.
we're there. Get some color in them.
Oh, Deb, did you forget to say hi to me? Deb says, oh yeah, hi Rita. My
She
feelings
got
are
she got
hurt.
so excited because she seen my name up there. So
Yeah, we all did, Deb. We all got excited when we seen Sheila.
well, I'm picking Jaden up Tuesday, Thursday afternoons after school. And she's got pom pom squat practice,
Hmm.
and she loves it.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Yeah, she's so glad to be back in school.
And Cindy's asking where you're going on your cruise, but
We leave out of Boston. We go to New England and Canada.
so is it Nova Scotia? Is that the one?
Yeah, yeah, up that way. Prince Edward Island, Quebec, Montreal, like that, those places. Oh my gosh, Marla says it's 57 degrees in Northeast Ohio,
Wow.
and
Well,
it's like 90 here.
uh, we've had a little bit cooler weather, a little bit, and we got some rain the other day.
I think it was last week we had a lot of rain one day.
And Sunday night, part of the county, I guess it was straight line winds, but trees down every place. And a lot of power outages.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think up east has been getting lots of rain too.
Cindy, 64 in Alaska.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I don't even know what that would feel like.
And what was, I think Cindy told us today, 49. I think you said it was 49 in Alaska, and where Randy was in Texas, it was 110. So
Yeah. I think yesterday, I think the heat index was like 106.
hmm.
So, I mean, I just can't stay outside very much. I can't breathe very well. My heart gets to racing, and I just have to stay inside because it's so bad.
Yeah,
I just can't eat like I used to.
well, Cindy says it was 49. Now it's 64.
They're having a heat wave, I guess.
Oh, Rowena says it's supposed to get down to 46 there tonight.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I wish those temperatures would come down here. But she's a lot further north of us, you know.
Mary Webb says hi, Rowena, and hello to Dave and Amanda. Sheila, I'll let you read them comments if you can see them.
Yeah, because I've got it on my TV. Kim Burgess says we had a cooler day and it's supposed to be cooler tomorrow and start climbing to the upper 80s and mid 90s this weekend. I'm ready for fall. I'm
Mm,
ready for it too.
me too.
Guess who Nancy says we are 68 right now, low tonight 55.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That feel good.
And Kim says hi, Rowena. And then Rowena said hi, Kim, back to her. I was on, oh, I can't think of her name, earlier today. I didn't come up, but I was in the chat. Oh, I can't think of her name right now. And Deb was on there too.
Do you ever forget my names?
No, I never forget you.
Ah, hello, Vera Weeks. Oh, she says 100.
Ugh.
Oh, we don't want to be where you are, Vera. We've had our share of hundreds plus.
Yeah, we oh, guess who, Nancy? Windows and doors open, no AC, loving it.
Having it. Mm-hmm.
It'd be miserable if I It's
Well, actually,
not
I've
only the
got,
temperature, it's the humidity that's so high here.
I've got my door open here beside me because it was cooling down out there and wasn't feeling too bad.
Kim Burgess says, some days I forget my own name. I can see your face. I can't just think of her name.
Oh, Vera's in Texas then.
She's 27 miles from Galveston, so
Mm.
probably get some of that wind from the coast a bit. That's bugging me. I can't remember that gal's name. She lives in Ohio. She has a daughter. Farm wife says, hello, baby. We had a new baby great granddaughter last
Oh, congratulations.
night. Yeah, it was Mona. That's it, Mona.
Mona, you couldn't remember Mona's name?
I couldn't. I could see her, and I could see her at her machine. So,
Oh, Sheila, we're going to have you checked out. So. We can't forget Mona.
I didn't forget her. It's just her name. Joanna Jennings says, congratulations, farm wife.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the guy that mows my yard was on vacation last week, and boy, you can tell it. Getting a little high out there, but he's coming Thursday. Bernice Poole says, hi, Rita and Sheila and everyone in the chat.
Hello, Bernice.
Then June Hanson says, hi, Rita, Sheila and everyone in chat.
Hi, June.
And Ginger, she said Mona.
Hello to Ginger.
Yeah, I think I know Ginger. I don't think I've seen that name.
Oh, I see Nancy. Hello, Nancy.
Yeah. Well, Farm Wife says I got to hold her today.
Oh. Nancy is in Arkansas, and she wants some quilting buddies near her area.
What
Anybody in here
what
near
part does she live in? What area?
uh, Benton, Arkansas? Anybody here from that area?
Whereabouts is Benton? I'm not
I think it's down closer around Little Rock,
around Little Rock. Okay.
but I can't tell you exactly.
Yeah.
Central.
She might go into some of the quilt shops and ask around, and there might be like a guild that she could go to, like to meet people or something.
Mm-hmm. And my quilt shop's going to be open in the morning. Anybody want to drive over and see me? I've got a few ladies that want to come by and spend some time. So
I don't think I'll come over.
you don't think you come? Well, I wait on you.
I know you would. Farm wife says, "Thank you, Guessy Nancy. She is beautiful and precious." Oh,
Oh, we know she is.
I'm
And
sure.
there's just something about them little girls though. They just sometimes they seem like they're sweeter than little boys, but don't
Yeah.
tell the little grandsons that.
No, but they are.
But I love my little grandsons too.
And
You
you
just have to
can
handle them
uh,
differently. So,
little girls so much cuter than you can little boys.
hmm
Kim Burgess says, "Rita, if I was closer, I would definitely come and visit
uh-huh.
the shop."
We we have a good time.
Marilyn McWeeny says, "Watch it, Sheila. It sounds like you're catching up with me. I turn on the TV every morning to see what day of the week it is." I just look at my phone. Uh, I know what day of the week it is, but I don't know the date. I have to
I
look
I
at
I have to stop and study sometimes what day of the week it is.
I mean, I know what day of the week. It's just the date. Like, is it the 20th or is it the 21st? That I don't keep up with because there's really. I mean, I don't need to know that. That's too much information in the brain. Being-
Okay. Kathy would come see me too if she could.
Yeah. What grade is your oldest grandson in, Rita?
He's in the 11th grade.
Before you know it, he'll be a senior.
I know it.
What do you think he'll end up doing? Has he talked about what he wants to do?
Uh, Probably computer stuff, IT tech type stuff.
IT. Well, that would be good because it's here to stay. June
Hmm
Martin says Amazon has these digital clocks you hang on the wall that tells you day of the week, date and year, time and temperature. We got this 90-year-old mother-in-law. I had to think about what those initials were. Marilyn McWeeny says, every once in a while I lose a day, don't know where they go to.
I'm gonna tell you, time flies by though. It
It,
really does.
it's easy to do. Yeah. Jane Martin says she's in assisted living and she loves it. Well, that probably helps her to look at that to remember.
Hmm
Karen, 2 babies, 4 grands. My granddaughter is a senior this year. Can't believe how time has gone by. Yeah,
hmm
I've got one granddaughter that's a senior this year, and then her sister is a 7th grader. And Jaden a 7th grader too.
So you've got 2 in the 7th grade.
Yeah, and 1 in the 11th, and all the rest of them are all out of school and college and all that. So, well, my niece got all moved. Now she's living not in Memphis anymore, but Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Kathy wants some more of my cow milk. That is good milk.
More of that good milk, she says. Jane Martin says every day is the same in those places.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I have a friend here that she takes 2 of her dogs. They're not service dogs, they're just her dogs. But she takes them and they do what they call pet therapy. And they'll have a group of, like, very elderly seniors, like in a nurse. They just love to
Oh, I bet
dogs and pet
I
them.
bet they do.
Yeah, Jane Martin says, "Are you going to Alabama to visit her?" Yep, I am.
Sheila loves to travel. We know that. So.
Well, I haven't traveled quite a bit. It's been a while. Debbie Williams. Hello, Rita. I'm in Ohio visiting my son and grandchildren, but I received my package before I left, and I love that layer cake. Shipping was fast. Thanks a lot.
I'm glad it got there safe and sound, and I'm glad you love it.
Kim Burris says, "Hi, Debbie." Jane Martin said, "Wait till it's cooler." Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like too hot for me to really be driving there when it's that hot. Yes, Nancy, we had to get my grandpa one of those clocks, and it had AM and PM because he would take a nap and wake up thinking it's the next day, taking his morning meds again.
Yeah.
I've done that before when I was working. I'd come home and be so tired, I'd take a nap, and then I thought, oh gosh, it's the next morning. I got to get ready.
Thought you was late for work.
I know. Then I have to look at my clock, and I'm like, oh no, it's only 6 p.m., not a.m.
But that's a funny feeling, though, to wake up and not know what time it really is. That's a
Debbie Williams says hello. Joan Torres, good evening, Rita and Chatter.
hello, Joan.
Kim says hi, Joan. So, Joan, what state are you in?
I think she's Florida.
Is she?
I think if I'm remembering right, but she can tell you, correct me.
Where's all your other ladies that usually come up tonight?
I don't know. They're doing like you did me for 3 weeks.
Like Frances and Kathy.
I was on 2.5 hours this afternoon, and I had Frances and Kathy, and
that's where they were.
Yeah.
Donna Armstrong says, I'm in a state of confusion.
Yeah, me too, Donna.
Deb says, hi, Susan. Okay, Joan is Florida, south of Tallahassee, hot here. I lived in Tallahassee for 5 years. I think it was called Lake Jackson. Yeah. Susan, how was your spaghetti, Rita?
It was really good. And there's enough left for lunch tomorrow. So
well, I called a friend and we went to Wendy's, which is about maybe 10 minutes from here. But the Veterans Center here was having a fundraiser, and any money that's brought in between 5 and 9 p.m. this evening, a percentage of it, the Veterans Center gets it. They do that about once every 3 months. I like to support that.
Oh yeah.
When I went to get some laundry this morning, one of the squirrels was down on the ground. I was scolded, and he kept flipping his tail and barking. His coat is thick and tail is full and fluffy.
Hmm. And hello,
What year
Rhonda.
were you in Florida? Oh my gosh, I'd have to think back. It is a long time. There was a hurricane that came through. We had some damage from it, but I don't remember the name of it. But we didn't live near the coast at all.
Mhm.
I remember we lived on Lunker Lane, the name of the street that we lived on.
uh, a heavy coat on the squirrel means a hard winter. They do
Huh.
it. Yeah.
I haven't heard that. Rita, you're a workaholic.
Well, I'm just sitting here talking, so I'm just going to do this.
Says, hi, Sheila. I'm close. Deb says, hi, Bernice. Bernice says, it feels like October here, not August. Oh, well, I wish it felt that way here. It
Mm-hmm.
feels like August because it is August. But to me, August is always the hottest month of the year.
Oh, I know. I don't like August.
And you're just anticipation of the fall coming. Kim Burgess says, according to the almanac, we're in for a cold, wet winter. The
Well,
animals are getting thicker coats. Some leaves.
well, I don't want a cold, wet winter either.
Well, our leaves aren't changing here, so.
The trees were dropping some leaves because of the no water there for a little while, though, here.
Yeah. Bernice says, going down to low 50s tonight, high in the 70s. Love it, but don't want to be inside.
Some of y'all have got some good weather going on.
I know, a lot better than Rita and me.
But mine's just a little bit better. Now, it's not going to stay this way. But right now, it's just a little better.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's not 100.
Mm-hmm.
It's only about 10 degrees better, but that's not much. Kim and Susan say hi, Lisa. Lisa Mosley says hi. We always have high humidity here, though. It's just part of it.
Yeah,
It's
like
not
Nancy
going to change.
said, the humidity dropped some, and it was quite a bit better.
Yeah. Marla says, I had to put socks on today, long pants also. Not here, you wouldn't, Marla.
Poor Marla.
Oh, pitiful Marla. Let's have a pity party for her.
I tell you right now, I'd have to hunt for a pair of long pants because I've not worn any long pants in a while. So.
Only time I wear them's on Sunday usually. And that's it. Bernice says air off, windows open, few days last week and all this week. I don't ever have my windows open. Bernice says I brought out a sweat jacket this evening. Oh my gosh. Kim says humidity wasn't bad today. It did rain a while, but it felt good. June Hanson says, hi, Marla. I had to put my slippers and long pants on.
Oh, boy.
Not here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. It's a lot warmer. And even I've tried to go out real early to just do some walking on my street because there's sidewalks here. And that humidity, you open the door, it just hits you in the face.
Uh-huh.
Some mornings it is so bad. I just shut the door. I'm like, nope. Because I wouldn't make it very far and be breathing
No.
too hard. Susan Mother. I'm with Susan. Long pants for me is capris.
Praise. Yeah.
We have a guy at church almost year round. He wears like men's shorts that are just above the knee.
Uh,
Even in wintertime, I've seen him
yeah.
do that. Joanna says, evening, Susan. Susan says, hi, Joanna. They're all saying hi to each other. Marilyn McWeeny says, Northeast Indiana this week is in the low 70s to 80s, a lot cooler than usual. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. We could manage with those temperatures.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. But we can dream about it.
It's coming, and then we're going to be griping about the cold.
No, because I can always put extra clothes on to get warm, you know.
Yeah, it is. It's probably easier to get warm than it is to get cooled off sometimes. I agree.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Susan says, we missed you, Sheila. Well, thank you. There's been a night or two that I looked on here to see if Rita was on here, but she wasn't.
I know my schedule just comes and it's whenever it is.
Jane Martin says, John is at Duke University Hospital. Francis says he has a blood clot in the lung and bad infection in the testes. I'm telling you, John just can't get a break.
He can't. He can't. She said, well, she was on with us from the hospital this afternoon. He was there in the hospital bed, and he looked bad. So,
Sorry to hear that. Marilyn says, I enjoyed my letter for you both. Thank you.
hello, Minister Bob.
Yeah, I missed that one. Joan said, I'd rather be warm these days. It's all enough cold. Prayers for John. I don't know what that noise is.
What are you hearing?
It's just real statically like. Now it stopped.
Huh?
I don't know. Joanna, oh my, continue to be praying for John and Francis. Yes, everybody's praying for them. But that just wears Francis down, back and
Yeah.
forth. And when you
Yeah.
have to stay in the hospital with someone, you don't get rest. And that
Mhm.
wears her down too,
Yeah. And that's been going on for a long time now.
I know, a long, long time. I'm wondering if his intestinal has anything to do with his C. diff.
I don't know.
Yeah, Cheryl Cruz says praise for John and Francis. Yes. But I'm glad he is where he's at, Duke University. That's a good place for him to be. Jane Martin said they were going to test for it, so I'm sure they would. He'll get thorough testing done there. Yeah, Joanna said there's a sound in the background. However, you are sounding clearer.
It
Yeah,
may
Jane
be
Martin.
them, maybe them night bugs if you're hearing out my door here too.
It was kind of like static or something. Jane Martin says they said they're getting treated well there. I figured he would. If he's in a major, university hospital, they're more on top of it than these smaller ones. Janice Miller says, "Hi, Rita and Sheila. Glad to see you. Got my hair done today, but the humidity won. Praying for both of them." Minister Bob Stories. I don't think I've ever seen that name on here
He's been in
before.
here. Minister Bob's been here just a few times. I've seen his name before.
Have you? Joanna says Duke University is a good hospital, depending on the department. Well, sounds like maybe he's getting, treated well. Cheryl Cruz says, "Did you get your furniture refinishing done?" Yes, I did. I don't think I'll tackle a piece that big anymore. Because lifting that top piece up to lay it on like a folding table to, work on it. Man, it took all I had because it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves to it. So it was a big piece. Jane Martin says, "I'm sure it beats the VA." Now, some places they say the VA is really bad, and others they say it's the best. So it's just a lot different. June Hanson says, "Man, is it ever raining here? Cats and dogs."
And some frogs.
Frogs.
Wow. Let's see. And June's in Iowa. Is that right? So it's raining hard in Iowa.
Mm. Well, it's almost 9 o'clock.
Mm.
Cheryl, are you sewing on a quilt? No, I'm not. There's stuff in there to be done, but I haven't done it. Yeah, June Hanson says she's in Iowa. So. Well, I'm going to get off of here because my phone is telling me to close because my battery percentage is so low. Well, Joanna Jennings says Walter Reed took good care of me as a child, but that was 55 years ago. R.E. Smith says my trailer broke, so I haven't gone to bed yet.
Oh my!
Oh,
You
my
better
goodness.
get some rest before you sleep before you have to drive.
Yeah. Cheryl says I'm quilting on the brain.
I have quilting on the brain.
All right. I'll see y'all later.
All right. Thanks for coming and visiting with me. So keeping me company and everybody
Okay.
else company. Okay.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Here it is, just me by myself. Who's going to come up and keep me company? Who's going to help me keep y'all company? Yeah, no, Randy was supposed to drive all night and deliver at 3 a.m. I know, I remember him saying that. My stack's going down. This is all I have left. And this is how many I've done. What is it? 9 o'clock here. Do y'all hear them noises out my door? I get my squares all cut, Randy, and all of them sewed and all of them cut. Now I've got to press them and then trim them. Then I start sewing them back together. And good night, Kathy. Kathy Wade. You need to go bed and get some sleep because you've still been sick. I am making. Actually, I hope mine looks better than that, but it's called Steps to the Altar. So that's what I'm making. But mine's going to be prettier than that one. No offense to this one, but so the blocks are going to be like those blocks down there. So there's what the block looks like. Last year, my mama wanted me to make a Steps to the Altar because she used to have one that her mama made for her long time ago. And my daddy, I told y'all this story before, but my daddy took that quilt to deer camp and never did bring it back home. It didn't get home from there. And so I made 2 of them. Then my sister wanted to make one for each of her daughters, and we only got one made. So I'm helping her on the second one. Oh, there's Joanna.
I told you I'd pop up, but I thought I'd give Sheila the.
There's Joanna.
I told you I'd pop up, but I thought I'd give Sheila the. I told you I'd pop up, but I thought I'd give Sheila the. There's
Joanna. Hi, Mona. Yeah, Joan. Izzo had to go.
That was my fault, Kim, because I had to. I'm on the iPad, so I had to switch over. StreamYard popped open quicker than I could push my buttons. Hi, June. Mona, you feeling better? You got a nap? Hi, Jane. Well, at least did you get some rest? Sometimes it's hard to nap when you feel like you really want it or need it. Okay, that's the light behind me. Yeah, that's bad when your brain won't shut up. Mona was saying her brain wouldn't shut up, so she couldn't sleep.
Mm.
Well, I agree, Jane. Hopefully she can sleep tonight. Hi, Joan. How you doing tonight? Well, you're just getting right through those blocks, Miss Rita.
Well, I am. I'm getting right through them. I'm fixing to set up and trim them here in a little bit.
Alfonso said hello. Hi, Rita. Hi, Mona.
Hey, Alfonso.
I sat in this chair, didn't I? Mocha wanted to say hello.
Hi.
I sit in this stool, and he sits down there, and he lets me know he's waiting for me to pick him up. Well, Mona said she hand sewed today. That's it. Didn't even water her garden. LOL.
Mm.
Alfonso, she's not in her passenger rail car anymore. She's at the house.
I'm in my kitchen. My stove's behind me. There's my refrigerator. Hey, Daisy Mae.
Hello, Daisy Mae. Joan is chilling on the sofa watching Rita work.
That may be the last one in my stack.
Boy.
Not exactly sure. I might have to make just a few more, but looky there. I sat here and pressed every one of them.
That's amazing. Sometimes having a little bit of company helps make the work go a little quicker. You read what Alfonso wrote?
Yeah, he teases me about my surroundings all the time.
Uh-oh, Cheryl says I'm still hand binding on the 108 inside. Can't find the next corner.
I told you that'd take you a while, Cheryl. That was a big quilt.
Well, Minister Bob said, thanks for letting me enjoy your company, friends. I'm out for the night. Well, you have a good night, Minister Bob.
Good night, Minister Bob. Come back and visit with us again.
Get some good rest. Alfonso, it's the design of the house. It's actually a separate house, and it's just the way they designed the ceiling. Is it a modular house or was it a stick built, Miss Rita?
No, it's stick built. It's not a mobile home, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, it's just the way they designed the roof.
But it's just, it's not any fancy design to it, but it's stick built.
Well, I can see what he's saying because when you're in certain rooms, it looks narrow.
It looks long and narrow. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Alfonso, you need to find a shotgun house out of Narlands. Fix up the inside and you'd have your passenger car. Hi, Donna. Donna may have already been in.
Well, they've all been here. I think they just saying hi to you since you just come up, because they've all been here a while.
Oh, sometimes they lurk too, and then they'll pop up a second time, and you're like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You're a mess, son. You're not spoiled, are you? It's like, look at that.
I told you I'd pop up, but I thought
Sometimes the chat on the phone is faster than the chat on StreamYard. And I thought I had it muted. I guess I hit the doink off button. Oh, I'm so sorry, Donna. Donna's little ginger passed away yesterday. That is so hard.
Sad.
Yeah. It's one of the hardest things. I've been through that one too many times, and probably have to go through it again. When you get attached to them, it's quite a loss and an adjustment. It's kind of like children. To some people, anyway. Aren't you? Because you'll miss. You know, I can't sit in this chair and hold you. You're going to give me a backache. I have to move to the other chair so you can push me off a bit. It's a good little stool for doing some cutting and stuff, but has no back to it, so. And I need to figure out how to put a cushion on it. It's like a tractor seat. Oh. He beat me to the chair. He knew right where I was going. See? That little silly thing. You knew right where I was heading. My sewing chair.
Jan is making a Halloween quilt.
Oh. I'm not much into Halloween. But that's just me. Some's alright.
Cutting and sewing half square triangle.
Donna, I hear you. Molly, my nephew's border collie mix, who I've taken care of all her life. She's 14 and a half and she has dementia. And we know if she doesn't make the decision for us within the next month or so, we're going to have to go through that again. Well, that's kind of cool, Jan. It has pumpkins and cats and smiling ghosts.
Smiling ghost. Yeah, I'm with Jane. I like the Halloween candy.
Yeah.
I even like the candy corn and stuff. So.
Jan says she was just at the Dollar General, and wow, they have really got the bags of candy. Pam Harmon says it's 60 here. I'm close to French Lick, Indiana.
Hello, Pam.
Yeah, I think it waxes and wanes, because 2-3 years ago it was hard to find a good stock of Halloween candy to pick from, and now it's swung more back to a large amount. I do like me some candy corn. Brock's that uses honey in their candy corn for a couple years made the minis, and they were so good. They were just perfect because they were like half size, but now I can't find them anywhere. I did get cowtails yesterday at the dollar store. June says it's 66 here with heavy rain still. They were just putting it out at
Yeah, how much rain have you had, June? Have you went and checked the rain gauge?
I don't know.
Wait till they mark it down. Candy don't last around my house. I
Donna
eat
said
too fast.
Donna says she ate a bag of orange slices last week for sugar. Well, Jane, it's not as bad when you get some from the Dollar Tree because at least it's a more reasonable price. But I was where, I'm not sure, but they had one of those bags of chocolate and it was like $55
Dang.
for 300, and I think that was Sam's. It was like 360 of the little, variety chocolates like Reese's peanut butter cup, Snickers, and that kind of thing. But I thought, shoot, $56. I mean, it's gotten ridiculous. Yeah, Jen, if they have a lot of traffic, it disappears quick. June says it's too dark to see. I'll look in the morning.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't go look either. I'd look in the morning too. I'd send Terry to look. I wouldn't even do it myself. He's the one that checks the rain gauge around here. And he'll tell me sometimes how much rain, and 2 hours later I can't remember what he told me.
And Jan says, yes, it's not cheap, but not too bad. Jane said, we don't give out trick-or-treat candy. Our neighbors are mostly old people. And Donna says, luckily I never have trick-or-treaters. When we first moved here, we had bunches of trick-or-treaters, and then it just started to trickle down. And then last year, a lot of the kids just went right past our place and I guess went up to more of the main road in the development. I guess they figured they could hit more places. That's nice. Jan said, I bought some for my son who's in an assisted living with disabled men and women, and I bring them treats and they love to see me coming.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure they do.
With coming with candy, yeah. I'm sure.
Alfonso says in Masala, New Mexico, they have a fancy chocolate, which a small piece of chocolate bar costs around 50. I've seen some large chocolate pieces ranging from 150 to 500. That's just not That's just crazy. Because it's not, you're going to eat it and it's gone. Jane says the churches and communities do the trunk or treat events and the kids don't go door to door.
Yeah, because that's not safe anymore. The door to door.
June says, I don't get treaters here either. I may buy a small bag. And Jan says, I see him once a month and I usually bring chips and snacks. Yeah, I think I've been to Masala, New Mexico. It is a tourist place. Well, Donnie, you never know. She says, I've lived here since 2009 and never had a single kid come by. I buy what I like just in case. The first like 7 or 8 years, we had like 100 kids come by. We've been here 19 years, and then they started to trickle off. And like I said, last year, there were several groups of kids, and they just, even though we had our light on and we're sitting on the porch, they just, and yeah, Kim Burr says, I need to say goodnight. Y'all take care, stay safe, and God bless. Kim, you need to get some rest and continue
Good.
to get feeling better.
Yeah. Good night, Kim.
I did find a cool blue tie-dyed ceramic bowl and plate at the Dollar Tree yesterday. They had sold out quick, but it was pretty and it was unusual. Our trick-or-treaters' favorite pick was pixie sticks, but they've gotten extremely hard to find. And of course, Deb has to get the little Tootsie Rolls so that she can eat any leftovers. Donna says they like fireworks here at Halloween, so I bring my dogs in so they don't get stressed. Yeah, that's understandable. Boy, those bugs outside your door just having a good time tonight. I must have cooled down and that rain must have helped. I know we get some frogs and crickets at night after it rains. Jan says my Shih Tzu is growing and just put on a medium chest collar for her. She's good company for me. Otherwise, I would be alone. Yeah,
Mm.
dogs can be wonderful company. I was never able to have kids because of the medication my mother took for nausea. Um, you know, when she was pregnant with me, and so instead I've had fur children. Ooh, Jane. Jane says I broke a tooth and had to get a crown from eating a stale Tootsie Roll. I don't care for them anymore. I
Hey,
wouldn't either.
hey, Pam. Have
Hey,
how's
Hey.
Pam.
how's your project coming? Is it coming
Okay.
along?
Yep. Just a minute. Let me get it.
Hey, okay.
Night, Alfonso.
Good
Um,
night,
jo-
Alfonso.
Joan said she had to go dig in the fridge for some M&Ms.
Okay. Set you up here so you can see.
All right. I'm going to make you big so we can look at it. Oh, I'm seeing it. And that's just going to be you on the screen.
Okay.
Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, you getting it. I like that green in there. I
Oops.
do.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And then see, the back has got the white, so I made it match the white.
Yes, that looks good. Yeah.
Well, I'm anxious because I've got 6 more blocks. I'm only going to make it that size. But I've been doing a little research on doing a border, and now I don't know, the border might be a little tougher because you have to have, of course, the same. You got to have a front, a back, and then a batting in the middle.
Uh-huh.
And then you have to connect it, open the two up, and then lay your batting between it, pull it back together, and then you quilt the edge of it to make a border. So I'm really thinking about just taking and putting the green on the edge and just doing a binding and forget it to make it easy. So
But it does need that green around the edge to just set it to finish it off, though. So, a little
yeah,
bit off it.
that's
Yeah.
what I thought too. So
Uh-huh.
yep.
Well, it sure looks like it's turning out pretty, though. Looks
Well,
like you're
thank you.
fine
Well,
job.
it's beautiful.
Thank you very much. So
I do not.
what are you guys working on?
Well, I'm a trimming my half square triangles tonight. I made
Oh,
them today and I sat here and ironed them. If you watched earlier, now I'm trimming them, and it'll be when they're all put together. It'll be a steps to the altar. Is what mine is
huh.
going to be.
Well, I'll be darned. That's nice. That's nice.
I'm monitoring, trying to monitor the chat.
Oh, okay.
Marla said Sandra Kay just did a video on adding a border quilt as you go.
You you
Marilyn
probably
says, great
you
job,
probably
Pam.
watched it. Did you watch Sandra's video on that quilt as you go border?
I watched that one, but then I also found one. It's called So Granny So, I think, or So Grandma So, and that's the one that I went with because it was so much simpler. That you all you
Okay.
do is take your like you take your piece of fabric, and you one of them is 1.5 inches and the other one's 2 inches, and then what you do, I get it right here, then you fold it to where you got the seam in the center, you press it, and then that's how you connect them, and it was so much easier than trying to just to fold it in half and sew it well, like the other lady showed how to do it. So that's the way I went with, and it was so much simpler. Like I said, that's kind of the way it is, that you've got your piece in the center is pressed like that. So
Yeah.
yep, and it covers it up.
Well,
Jan says she clipped her left forefinger with a rotary and have a band-aid. Got blood on stuff. Hate when I do that. And Joan says your spit will take out blood. And I was just gonna say that the enzyme in your spit will actually take out and break down the blood better than any cleaner.
Huh.
oh, Sandra's in here. She said no folds in hers.
Oh my goodness. Well,
But I bet you feel good so far about what you've got accomplished on those blocks.
yeah, I did a little bit of tearing out and pulling out and picking out because I messed it up at first, but then I think I've got the hang of it now. So
Yes,
that
Casey May, that's true even after the blood is dried. If you put some spit on it and leave it and rub it, it'll take it out because the enzymes break it down. And then you wash it. I know it sounds gross, but then
I've
you
never
wash
tried.
it.
I've never tried that. So
huh.
Well, it's better than the chemical,
I know.
concoctions they make. But and it sounds weird, but it can save a ruined shirt or whatever.
Yeah, what is it they used to always say? Put cold water on it. Don't put hot water. You'll set the stain in. I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
I went to Joann's today and got some things. I love Joann's, and we're close to, well, we're about an hour from Evansville, Indiana. And
Come here.
it's a superstore. And they have, oh my goodness, the amount of fabric is unreal. I love it.
So what did you get? Are you going to show us? You got to show us.
Well, I got terry cloth because I've got a project lined up where you make homemade Swiffers. You know, like the Swifter that you,
Huh?
yeah, and you
Okay.
use terry cloth. So I got some terry cloth to make one of those today. See what happens. I don't know if it'll work or not, but
Well, it sounds like it would. I mean, I don't know how you're going to do it, but I could envision it. Yeah.
well, it said the pattern calls for 3 layers of the terry cloth, and then all you do is go around the edge of the terry cloth like with bias tape, but you have to put uh, your elastic across so far in on each side, and then that's your place where you put your Swiffer at. So
Okay.
I'm gonna test it and see what happens.
All right. Just
Sandra and Marilyn say they use peroxide.
Hmm.
I don't know, Joan. I have gotten it out of my sister's clothes when it's dried because she's got the thin skin when nothing else has worked.
I'm just watching Joanna.
Well, sometimes you do what you have to do when it's her favorite shirt, and she's all.
Mm.
Hmm.
Although Carbona makes a really good all-purpose cleaner, it's cheaper than Grandma's Secret, and it works very well for a lot of different things like that. Well, what are you doing? Are you comfortable? I switched dogs.
I think that's what I've got. Is that if I can find that Grandma's Secret, I think that's what I bought to get like rust spots out. I think.
hmm It's just a whole lot more expensive, so I do have some to fall back on. But Carbona also you can get for $1.50 or two. You can get these little bottles, and they have like 9 different formulas. So one's formulated for chocolate, one's formulated for wine, and another for rust and blood. And so they're specific. They have, and they're just little bottles, and they're real inexpensive, and they go a long ways. But they'll do it for specific stains. And then they have a all-purpose. I could go in the laundry room and see what the all-purpose is. But I use their color catchers because I get 20% more and the dollar off in the lid. So when my grocery store does a twofer or marks them down, then I get them for $2.50 a box, and they work really well. I've done baking soda and peroxide to get stains out.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
You are a mess, son. Kind of gotta let it sit, Joan, when it's dry, and then rub it. Do a little scrubby. All right, listen, you're just not comfortable. You're a little bit bigger than your brother.
I got tired of sitting. I'll stand. I probably can't cut the top of my head off on it. And,
I've
I'm
got a
not
book. I've got a book I was going to show you if I can find it real quick.
okay. I'm not going to finish these tonight. This stack's too tall.
Well, you made good progress because you had
Mhm.
to iron them all. Is that not contentment? Let me put you down for a minute. You sit here. I'll be right back. I won't be gone but for a minute.
Okay.
Of course, you're going to follow me. At least you're not in my bed.
Peroxide, even after it's dry on the blood.
Well, peroxide itself doesn't work. It sometimes if you mix it with a little baking soda, make a paste, and rub it in with an old toothbrush, and let it set for a little bit. That does do it for a lot of different stains. I told you I'd be right back. You guys don't have to get up and follow me. And everybody's got to get settled again.
Jan was watching lots of videos of making flying geese blocks by Sherry McConnell of a Quilting Life on YouTube.
Okay. Oh, this is
This
my crafting room back here, and everything's kind of like Paul.
this
Have you
is the
seen this
this
book
is the
before?
Let's see.
Bible blocks.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah.
It's got, okay, what did you say that you was working on? What is the name of the block?
This one's called Steps to the Altar, and it's supposedly a quilt for a newlywed. So,
Okay, I was going to see if it was in this book.
I've seen some different ones that look different than this one, but
It's funny. It's the very first one in the book.
okay. Yeah, but see, it's different. It's different than the one I'm making.
Okay, if I can get it straight here.
Because mine looks more like just a Jacob's ladder. Yeah, that one's pretty though, but mine's different, but it's still called that.
Yeah, because this one here's got blocks on one side, and it looks like an hourglass on the other.
Yeah,
Hourglass. Yeah,
to me that one almost looks like a flower basket or something in a
almost.
way.
Yes, it kind of does. Grandma's flower basket, or I think that's what they
Yeah,
call it. Something like that.
but it's that's a pretty block too. I like that block.
I have two of those books, but they're color of biblical blocks. But anyway, Pam, this is the stuff. It's called Pro Care Laundry Stain Scrubber, and it has a little rubber scrubby on the
Okay,
top. And
Pro Stain.
these are called Stain Devils. So like this one does fat and cooking oil. This one
Huh.
does blood, dairy, and ice cream. This is number 4.
Okay, hang on a minute. Let me
This
get a
is
piece of
number
paper
5.
and I'll write that down. That's kind of interesting. I've never seen those before.
And the nice thing about this is it has a little rubber brush, so you can gently work it in,
Okay.
and it
I'm
does
getting.
work for
Okay, what'd you say that?
peroxide.
What'd you say it was called again, hun?
Laundry stain scrubber, Carbona Pro Care treats over 100 different stains. Scrubber gently lifts stubborn stains.
Okay.
And then their little individual are called stain devils.
Okay.
And this one's number 5. It's fat and cooking oil. And this
Huh.
one's number 4, which is blood, dairy, and ice cream. So they're just, I think they have like 7 different formulations depending on what it is, like wine,
Probably grass
food,
and grease. I mean,
grass.
like, yeah. Oh my goodness. Huh. Well, thank you.
But these are, like a couple dollars, and it's almost 2 ounces, so you don't use a lot. And I
Right.
think I paid $3 for this bottle, and it does over 100 different stains. Works pretty good. It's like a gel, so
Huh.
it works in. And if it's a stubborn stain, you just put it in, wait 5 to 10 minutes, and then wash it. But
Yeah, because I know some of the things. Well, I've got some blocks and things that I've got like at a yard sale or an auction, and I guess people had left maybe pins in it, and it'd be some would be blocks and some would be just pieces, and they'd have stains from or rust stains from pins, I guess, that they'd left in them. So that's when I got the
So
grandma's whatever and tried to use it
I,
to get it
I've had
out.
I've had unfinished projects that I've left pins in that have gotten rusty.
Oh my goodness. I've
Never
got
got
so
one
many
out. I've done that.
I've got so many projects that needs to be finished as well. I get them going and get them almost to the stage of being finished, and I I jump to something else. So
Hmm.
let me get one of the other quilts I was working on.
I ain't seen Chad move in a long time. Y'all still over there in Chad?
yeah, Jane said I missed some of the chat, but use only cold water on blood. Hot water
Yeah,
sets
well,
it.
I've seen that, but those have been up there for a long time. And then Jones comment too, and I haven't seen any after that.
10
So nobody.
37.
So
Um.
y'all fell asleep over in Chad.
Here
Yeah, they
here's one of
did.
them I've been working on as well.
All right, let's look at that. Y'all wake up and look at Pam's
Oh,
quilt. Wake up.
that's pretty.
Oh, that's pretty.
I love the back.
Let's see what. Oh yeah. Oh, and you're putting mine in. It's almost done.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
my little clips on there.
That that's that's pretty.
Uh,
Yeah. I
well,
see
if it got
Toodles. Hey Toodles. Evening
I
Rita, just getting
toodle.
off work, killing a little time before you clock out.
Oh, Daisy, ma'am, sorry you
Oh,
have a headache.
sorry. Yeah.
Brenda says pretty. Pam, if nothing else works, get some retro clean. It's made specifically for taking out yellowing, aging, rust stains on old quilts.
Huh.
It's called Retro Clean, and you soak it like you mix it in the tub and you soak it, and it's gentle. Some people use Restoration. I've never tried it, but I have tried Retro Clean. And it really, I mean, I've seen amazing results with it taking out yellowing and fading and rust stains, water damage, mildew, coffee, tea, blood, more, and
You
restoring the color and vitality.
okay, you said that was retro clean?
Retro Clean, yeah.
Okay.
And it's
Okay.
made specifically for fabric for quilts.
And you know these blocks that I've been working on, well, I said they're old because she's been gone at least 10 years, and some of them around the edge has got the yellow look to it where they've they laid so long.
Mhm.
So that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Once I got everything done and get it all together, then I'll have to figure out how to wash it and get the little yellow places off
So
the edges.
so what that does, you can do laces, linen, quilts, tablecloth, aprons, um, and basically you mix it in a specific amount and water, like in your tub if you're doing a large amount, and then you let it soak.
Hmm.
And then if you have to do a second treatment, and um, it I've used it, and it does work. Um, I mean, I don't know. I hate trying to do this, but well, you can't. I don't know. So that shirt was yellowed, and using the retro clean, you see how white it came out.
Well, I can't see because it's so
Yeah, well,
tiny.
look it up on look it up on
We'll
Amazon, and
take your
it'll
word for it.
Yeah.
take my word for it. Let me see if I. Sometimes you can get this just right, and it'll show up, and sometimes you can, especially. Anyway, look it up on Amazon. There's a lot of people.
Okay.
But if you're gonna wash a quilt that's vintage or antique, I would get Orvis horse soap
Now, how
to
is that
wash it.
spelt? How's that spelt?
Orvis Orvis. Um, it's made. They originally made it to wash horses, so it's very gentle, and it's actually approved by like the American Quilt Guild and a couple other places,
Huh.
because
Well,
it's so gentle. But you like use like 2 tablespoons, and it'll clean a whole.
I was going to say because my son, he orders off Amazon for us all the time, and I'll have to check that out.
But don't get the Orvis that says for quilts, because they'll charge you $10 to $20 more, and it's the same thing as the Orvis multi-purpose cleaner. And you can actually get it at a feed store. But anyway, but it has endorsed by the American Quilter Society and the Royal School of Needlework. And you can also use it on your animals because it's so gentle. It tackles deep cleans, and it's like a paste. So you just, I've gotten it in little packets from the quilt store.
Good night, June. And Daisy Mae, they were talking about that, laying them out on the grass one night here, or you might have been the one talking about it.
She
Yeah,
says if you live on
I've
a
heard that too.
freshly mown lawn. I would be concerned about it turning the back green, because I've had my dogs come in with green feet after the lawn's mowed. Their feet are green from the freshly cut grass. Yeah, Jane said the same thing. Seems like you get grass stains on it too. Yeah, Orvis is really good.
I was going to say, I remember my mom always taking things that had stains on it, and she would lay it. It would be a freshly mowed grass, but she'd take them and, excuse me, put them in the grass, especially when the sun was shining really bright, because she always said between the grass and the sun together, they work together in order to get stains out of like your white things.
Huh.
Yep.
I could see the UV light from sunlight taking the stains out, but I have no idea about
Well, I'm trying to think
what
what
the
she used to
grass
call
does.
that on the grass that would pull that out. I don't remember.
Probably some chlorophyll or photosynthesis or.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. Been a lot of years because my mom's been gone 34 years this year. So
I've been using Orvis horse soap
So
for
somebody
fabric
needs
and
to
stuff since the
Google that.
70s. Well, I was just picked up my phone to go laying quilts on the laying stained fabric on the grass.
Oh, I heard that, saw that, and I'm feeling it. We'll all go to bed here in just a few minutes.
yep, I got up early this morning to take my vehicle to the Kia dealer because we had a recall on my vehicle, and had to work
Oh,
on it. So anyway, I got up pretty early because I had to travel over an hour to go to the dealer. So
oh, wow.
yeah, I put in the chat a while ago. It's 60 degrees here because we're close to. Have you ever heard of French Lick,
Oh,
Indiana, where
Yeah.
Larry Bird's from?
oh, okay. I've heard of Larry Bird.
Yeah,
That's been a few years ago, though,
a
hadn't
long
it?
yeah, a long
Yeah.
time ago. But we're not real close. 20 some miles from there. So
Oh, Daisy May, you logging off? We're all going to here in just a few more minutes.
yep, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that myself. So you guys have a good night.
You thanks for joining us and showing us your project. This sure is
Yeah.
Okay.
pretty, and I'm proud of you because you tackled it. So,
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, we'll talk again.
all righty, we will. Good
Good
Have
night.
to
have a
see
good
you,
night.
Pam.
Bye bye, hon.
She's got me on this rabbit trail um, laying the fabric on the grass.
Are you finding anything?
Well, this one French linen said that the sun will bleach the stains out, but make sure that it's a clean area but I don't think um I've found because it keeps wanting to tell me about grass stains.
Hmm.
Um and
So hanging them out on the clothesline might be just as good as laying them on the grass.
well, that's what um
And
um
maybe nowadays they lay them out on the grass because everybody ain't got clotheslines nowadays.
I tried different wording. Yeah, so the dirt company says the sun's a natural bleaching agent. Um,
We knew that because you leave anything out in the sun too long, it'll draw the color out of it.
but I haven't seen. I haven't seen. I think your guess is about the best there is. Is that um, lying it on the grass was because maybe if you have a king size quilt, you didn't have enough clothesline um, or porch railing or something that's in the sun. But you'd
Mm-hmm.
have to be careful of getting grass stains on it.
Joan, we put lemon juice on stains and lay them in the sun. Believe it is the chlorophenicol or something like that. Phenol.
Yeah, some of these say if it's a strong stain, you can use some vinegar.
Hey,
It,
Wayne.
it says do not leave your clothes out in direct sunlight for more than 3 hours.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
And or you risk over bleaching. This method is only effective for surface stain.
Make you well. I think they're talking about whites. Yeah, a lot of them talk about lemon juice. That's why I was wondering if it was the chlorophyll in the grass that's brought out by the quilt, creating some dew from the heat of the sun, doing its bleaching thing. It's just figuring out how to word it so that Google doesn't come up with how to remove grass stains.
Oh,
Maybe I
Tina
should do it
Mom.
this way.
Oh, I don't know if Pam would sell that quilt. That's a family heirloom, the pieces she using in it. So I bet you she wouldn't sell it. But you can ask her next time she's on. I think she said it was her great aunt that made those blocks and she's putting them together, and the great aunt passed away several years ago.
Okay, this is what a quilting board forum says is when drying linens in the sun, lay them directly on the grass instead of hanging them. The weight of hanging wet linens can warp or damage the fibers.
Okay, so it's the sun that's doing it. You just don't want to stretch them out of shape. So that makes sense.
Yeah, I switched words from fabric to quilts, and I'm getting a little more. The do method involves laying your fabric or quilt on a nice patch of grass in the evening to collect dew at dusk. You leave it overnight and into the next day when it should be dried by the rising sun. Supposedly, this cleans the quilt. I read this in an old craft many, many years ago. So it seems like I kind of guessed right. So what this woman said from a book way back when was they would lay it out at night so the dew would dampen the fabric, and then in the morning for 3 or 4 hours the sun would bleach it and dry it out. So maybe when they didn't have a lot of washing machines or things big enough to clean something that was large,
And
they would do the
What Joan said, you can't hang a wet quilt.
yeah, because you don't want to. I think it has part to do with the batting. You have to be careful that you don't wank it.
And I can remember my grandma talking about she liked for a dew to get on her clothes and she'd hang on the line. I can remember her saying that now.
Well, I imagine it gives it a nice fresh smell if you're like, especially in the country. So,
Oh, it's coming up on 10 o'clock here. Oh, it is 10 o'clock. I'm stopping for tonight.
yeah, this lady says she uses the Retro Clean and then she'll lay it out for a good sun soak, and then give it a little time in the dryer for softening to get the yellowing and stuff out of her. But it
And
gets
why?
a lot of,
Yeah.
I don't know.
A big quilt wouldn't work with the wringer type washer. No, it wouldn't.
Well, that's what I'm saying is, how would you, I mean, before we had modern washing machines, especially ones that you could go commercially that are big, you know, if you're doing the hand wringer, a wringer type like Marilyn's saying, so that must been a way that they cleaned them and then bleached the stains out of them, whitened them. That would make sense.
And Wayne, all of those blocks that I sewed today, I've pressed them all open, and I've got to trim a little bit of it off. So I've got all these trimmings because they're not exactly the right size. So I'm going to have to trim them down just a little bit. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm not done yet. But I've got enough I can start putting some blocks together. And with that, I'm going to get off here and go set the coffee pot for in the morning. And I'll probably talk to y'all tomorrow sometime. Well, no, I've got girls coming to the quilt shops. I don't know when I'll be on tomorrow, but.
Well, thank you, Miss Rita. And now we've learned a bit of history about lying your stained quilts in the grass.
So good night, everybody. Thanks for coming and visiting with us, and we'll visit again soon. So
good night, y'all. Good night, Miss Rita.
Good night, Joanna, and good night, everybody in the chat.